reading the fifth chakra in the book because the final will be on all the chakras. Okay, so the fifth chakra is right here in the throat area. And we're finishing up with the yamas. And the yamas are still looking inside of ourselves and rather than outside of ourselves. So all of the yamas are about here, internally, your innerness, right? So aparigraha is the last of the yamas. And that means to practice non-greed, which is very difficult for us to do because in this society and the way we were brought up to think that there's not going to be enough, so you better take what you've got and you better take it now because there won't be any left. And that is so wrong. And so aparigraha basically means keep your hands off and do not seize an opportunity to take advantage of it. Because when you do, it will bring, if you take advantage of an opportunity that was shared to you, it will bring to you karmic debt, and it could bring to you some real problems, real life problems that manifest in your life maybe down the road 5 years from now, and you won't even know what hit you. That's where the saying comes. Be careful because you won't even know what hit you. 5 years from now, you're going to be paying off something that you took advantage of or you did now. That's why we have to continue to live our life in non-greed. There is no lack of money. Money's being printed up every day. There's no lack of anything. And I want to tell you guys that if you think that there's a lack, the only lack that there is the one that you think there is right here, right? And I know I was brought up that way. I was brought up the way to think that, oh, the reason that we don't have is because those people have. And that's not true. It's not true. Because if that were true, then those people wouldn't be getting richer and richer and richer and richer and richer. You see, the problem is our thinking, right? And aparigraha talks about that. It's our thinking. Because that which you believe will come true. What happens is you have to spend more time, as I say right here, spend more time looking inward at oneself other than outward for what you don't have. Why don't I have what I have? Because deep down inside, probably I don't believe I'm worthy of it. And it's a lot easier for me to blame somebody else and say, I'm not having it because he's got it. I'm not having it because she's got it. I'm not having it. It's a lot easier than to take a look inside and say, what are my thoughts? What are my realities? What am I doing to myself? And how can I fix myself and my thoughts, right? Because remember, your thoughts create your beliefs, and your beliefs create your reality, right? Everything that you think will come true, because you are attracting it to you that way. How many times haven't we ourselves said something, and then sure enough, 2 seconds later, watch me, I'm going to trip over here. Careful, watch me. I don't do well on these heels. Watch me, I'm going to trip. What happens? You trip. Then you say, see, can't wear heels, right? Or something simple like that. But you know what? We say it simply, but we create it very, very, very intricately in our lives. Then we carry it with us from the time that we were a child until the time we're an adult. And I see it all the time. I see people dying in the same fashion that they came into this earth. Because we're not willing to let go of our negative fears and beliefs. It's a lot easier to come back in here, hold on to those negative fears and beliefs, and blame somebody else. It's not that easy to take a look inside and say, you know what, I've been lying to myself. You know what, I don't feel worthy. I don't feel worthy. I say I want to earn $100,000, but deep down inside, I don't know how. I can't do it. So because the deeper feelings, the deeper emotions are stronger, guess what? It won't happen. And so in our yoga practice, what we do is we try to let go of those fears and beliefs by making space within our body. And when you make space within your body, you make space within your mind to allow some healing to come through and to allow better thoughts to come in. Right? This morning, let me give you a real-world example. This morning, as I was teaching the spin class at 5 in the morning, this lady comes up to me after class and she says, you know, I was working out at another gym, and I stopped working out at the other gym because all there is these ladies, and they're all Jewish, and they're all Mexican, and they're all white, and they think they're all that. And they don't even want to talk to me. And I looked at her and I said, you know, I remember there was a time in my life when I thought that. And I said, well, you know what? If you continue to think that, you will continue to look for that. And when you continue to look for that, that which we look for will appear. So if you continue to see how these ladies are treating you bad, you're going to find it. Have you turned the other cheek, smiled, and tried to talk to them? No, I could just tell by the way they're looking at me. I could just tell. They talk to each other, and they don't even want to come over to me. Have you gone over to talk to them? No. See, do you see? Here it is. It's much easier to say what's happening out there than it is to take a look at, wait a minute, I'm not stepping out of my comfort zone to go and to do something different. Right? So her thoughts were creating her beliefs. Now she believes it. Now she believes that every Mexican Jewish person is stuck up. Right? That's her belief. And you know what? It's going to create her reality. Every Mexican Jewish person that she attracts, because we attract that simply by the fact that we're emoting it, she's going to attract those kinds of people. So it's going to be her reality. So you have to be careful. You have to take time to look inside. As you're doing your yoga, when you're really breathing, as you're doing your asana, you're going to actually have some thoughts, if you're aware, that you won't even know that they were there. I've had many classes in yoga where people in the middle of their yoga will start crying. And we move through the yoga because that's what you do. Later on they come back and say, I started crying. I don't even know why I was crying. All I can tell you is that you tapped into a belief that was no longer serving you, and when you cry, you emotionally release it. It's no longer going to bother you anymore. That's why we always say, you've got to cry to release it. Well, you don't always have to cry, but you do have to work through these things, right? So we have to be careful when we're doing the yamas to practice non-greed. Non-greed, aparigraha, means don't take advantage of the situation. In Spanish, we say, there was an opposite saying, I remember my dad used to say, ten mucho cuidado, que cuando te den la mano, no tomes el pie. In other words, don't take advantage. When somebody's trying to help you, don't take advantage. If your friend says, you know what, you can stay at my house for a couple of days until you get back on your feet, you stay there a couple of days. But after a couple of days, you've got two choices. You come up to your friend and you say, hey, I'd like to pay for some rent, or may I stay a little bit longer and I'll help you by doing something, but you don't take advantage of the situation. Regardless of whether that person owes you or doesn't owe you, that's all in your head. Don't take advantage of the situation, because later on, we call it karmic debt. It's going to come back to haunt you. And you won't even know when it comes back to haunt you. Right? So be real careful not to take advantage of the situation. That's what aparigraha. Practice non-greed. Right? Practice non-greed. Smile. Did you know that not smiling at somebody that you meet, that you walk in front of, is practicing greediness? Because you have something that they may need. A smile. You don't know that their day was going really bad. You don't know that they just heard that their grandmother died. You don't know that they just heard bad news. And all they need is a smile. But all we do is walk around and we're so caught up in ourselves that we're practicing greediness by not smiling, by the simple act of not smiling. So I want you to practice today your homework, right? Your homework